Are you going to record it too?
What?
Are you going to record it too?
It'll record it right
automatically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Dan will clean it up for us. All right. Well. Right, welcome to the Sanborn Regional High School class of 2026. My name is Heidi Levitt and I'm the Director of Counseling here at the high school. It's so exciting to have all of you here.
Heidi's playing the role of host and technical manager, so just give her 1 second. She's good at multitasking.
Brian, can you see if we are on?
I will log in. Looks like we are.
All righty. So I'm going to shrink this. All right, we should be good. We have 2 more people entering our call. All right. So we are excited to welcome you all here tonight. And this is going to be the first of what will be a lot of class meetings over the course of your high school career. So tonight you are going to hear from many people who are going to help you make your transition to high school super smooth. And we will let the teachers introduce themselves as their subject area comes up, but I will first start off with letting our administrator team introduce themselves, and then we will get started with our presentation. Mr. Stack, do you want to introduce yourself?
I can. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to be participating with all of you tonight. You're going to be learning a lot of great things. And what I want you to know is we have a fantastic team that is ready and excited to be welcoming your students to 9th grade in the fall. So welcome, everybody.
Excellent.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer Mitchison. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Sanborn Regional High School, and I am new to the team. So like you, I have gotten to learn so much about the school so far, and I find everything to be wonderful. It's such a wonderful community, and I think you'll learn tonight that there are so many opportunities here for you as a student, no matter your interest. So I'm excited to share some of those things with you tonight.
Excellent. And for the folks who are watching, Mr. Stack is going to be watching the chat in the YouTube, on the YouTube channel. So if you have questions, feel free to pop those questions right into the chat. You do need to be subscribing to the channel in order to ask those questions. So you can just click on the subscribe button, and then we'll be able to help you out with those questions from there. So we're going to get started. I'm going to share my screen and we will move forward from here. All righty. So Ms. Mitchison, I'll let you take it from here.
All right. So tonight, our goals for you are to be familiar with the schedule in some of our classes, and you'll get to meet some of your teachers. Understand how the course selection process is going to work, and the process that it will take your son and daughter through. And then finally, to be aware of just some of the extracurricular opportunities and programs that we have here at Sanborn. So some of the really impressive things that happen here are the learning communities. So we have the small learning communities really help to personalize the educational experience for each student. So there's the freshman learning community for ninth graders, and it's really meant to help with the transition. And the group of teachers work closely together in their PLC group to work on curriculum, to talk about, everything that they can do to support students through FLT, which we'll talk about, advisory, and all of that. And then the 10th grade sophomore experience has a very similar community. And then for grades in 11th and 12th, there's a lot of emphasis on exploring college and career options. And so with the freshman learning community, it supports the transition to high school. There are teams, which helps to create a core group of teachers to share the same students. So it helps the teachers to really work closely together to support the group. There are intervention opportunities and academic assistance through the FLT. And there's also enrichment and honors options during that FLT time as well. And then all students will also have advisory.
Alrighty. So when your students are registering for classes, there are some core academic classes that all freshmen will take. So all freshmen will take a freshman literature class. All freshmen will take social studies, which is called global studies at the high school level. Freshmen can choose, this is new for next year, either physical science or biology. And that is going to come from a recommendation from your student's math teacher. So if your child is someone who's really interested in science and does really well in the sciences and is hoping to get to some of those advanced level science classes, maybe a chemistry 2 that's offered at the SNHU level, you'll want to talk to Mr. Kramer, who's at the middle school here at Sanborn, for the math teacher, or the math teacher at the 8th grade math teacher at Ellis, to see if they think that your child would be recommended for that advanced level science class. Most students will take physical science though. Our freshmen all take a health class, and they take that class with only ninth graders. So it's a developmentally appropriate curriculum and gives them an opportunity to ask questions about things without having to worry about upperclassmen being in the class with them. And all of these classes are offered with just freshmen in the class, except for the biology class. Your child will be recommended for a math class, and then they will be able to choose 1.5 electives. If your student is someone who's already thinking that they're headed to a 4-year college, one of those electives will need to be a world language. Most 4-year colleges will require at least 2 years of a foreign language, of that same foreign language. And all of our teachers who are on the call tonight are going to talk a little bit about these subject areas. We have lots of new electives for ninth grade, lots of things that the kids are really excited about taking, having an opportunity to take for the first time. So learning about automotive, some of the music classes, band and chorus, you can read the list here. Modern media is a TV production class. Visual arts is an art class. They can take, there's a variety of technology classes, learning how to create different video games, a robotics class. If you will be able, you'll be able to look on our high school website at the program of studies and learn what all of these classes are all about, and then many, many more that we are offering next year. We do offer honors courses at the high school, but they're not standalone classes. So our classes are all heterogeneously mixed. Students can have the option for honors contract, and we offer that through our focused learning time. So the students would need to sign an honors contract after probably about 6 weeks of the school year. Teachers will talk about what that experience will be like. They'll talk about what that contract is that would need to be signed by you as their parent or guardian and the student. And that we'll talk about what the expectations will be in class. So if your student is someone who really likes to challenge themselves, then we absolutely have the opportunity to challenge them through the honors classes in English, global studies, and in science. And students will learn more about that in the fall. An exciting program that we offer here at Sanborn that as a parent, you may be interested to know about offers free money. Yes, I said it, free money.
Hey, Heidi,
Yes. Whoops.
are you're screen sharing?
Yes.
Okay, I don't think the screen is sharing.
No, oh, it's not. You're absolutely correct.
It's all right.
I'm not.
You were
sure.
doing such a great job explaining. I didn't know I want to interrupt before, but
Nope.
you did
All right,
such a great
let's-
job on that slide deck. That'll be good for people to see too.
Yep. And I've got to go back into the Zoom and figure
That's
out
okay.
what's happening here.
Just hold tight, everyone. We'll get that going in just a second.
Is that better?
There we are. You're better.
Oh, I apologize, everyone. Look at that. We were on such a roll.
Well, wait a minute. You are better and you're not.
Now what?
Your screen share is not showing up on the YouTube side.
Well, it's showing you. are-
Wait, there we go. That was the magic button, whatever you just did.
I think there's a
Now you're
delay.
good.
There is a delay.
There is a delay, but yes, so you're good now. You can
Okay.
continue.
All right, perfect. I'm going to put us back into slideshow here. And folks, there are a number of different slides that we have gone through, and we will be, this is being recorded on YouTube, and so you will be able to go back and watch those couple of slides that we've gone through. So I apologize for technical difficulties. My degrees in psychology and in counseling. Let me go back to the previous slide here. So as I said, free money, that's where I thought Mr. Sack was jumping in to say, what, free money? But yes, if your child takes a specific course of classes, they can qualify through the New Hampshire Scholars Program for free college applications and for merit scholarships at a variety of colleges in New Hampshire. It's a pretty rigorous course of classes, but the good news is that it mirrors the majority of what we require for graduation here at Sanborn. So most of our students are in a good position to be able to earn this New Hampshire Scholars recognition. And as I said, it mirrors most of what we require for graduation. So there are 4 credits of English that are required for New Hampshire Scholars, math, which has to include Algebra 2, science, so that biology and 2 additional lab sciences, social studies, which are our required social studies classes, and then an additional one, which most of our kids take because they enjoy the advanced social studies classes, the psychology, the sociologies, the marketing classes, and then those world languages, because as I said, this is a program that is really focused on that 4-year college readiness, and world languages are required for that 4-year college. So you're probably getting excited about this. If you're a student sitting at home, you're wondering, great, when can I sign up for all of these things? Well, that's what this slide's all about. So last Thursday, the Sanborn Middle School students had a presentation from Miss Arena. They were introduced to the high school counselors, and they had a modified version of this presentation. Tonight, we're doing our parent presentation. And tomorrow morning in advisory, Sanborn Middle School students, as well as Ellis students, will receive the course selection forms. So the advisors here at Sanborn Middle School, and I believe Miss Royal over at Ellis School, will go over those forms with the kids and help explain what they should be looking at. And then they'll bring them home for you at home to help the kids choose which electives make the most sense for them. Those forms are due back to us here at the high school on the 24th for our Sanborn Middle School students and February 4th for those Ellis students. And Sanborn Middle School students will do their course selection in Alma on January 26th and 27th. And on February 11th, the high school counselors will head out to Ellis to visit with the students there, introduce themselves, and help them with their course selection. Then we enter all of that information, and final schedules are mailed to students in August. And I always say this is not written in stone. If your child chooses robotics and then they come back to you a couple of days later and say, I really want to take that video production class, you're just going to have to email the school counselor and let them know, and we can make those changes. So I know it's a big decision, and we don't want anyone to feel that their decision is carved in stone. So definitely take it serious, but also know that we have some wiggle room because those final schedules aren't mailed until August. So
That's right.
They work with your student.
Now, there was a good question in the chat that someone asked about, I lost it. Hold on, I'll find it. Where is it? Oh, electives having a limit, first come, first serve. So yes, kind of, sort of. I put a nebulous answer in the chat that says we make every effort to meet the kids' needs for their requirements and as many electives as we can, but there are challenges to that. And it's just kids who are trying to sign up for a lot of singleton electives, and there are just sometimes you got to make choices with some things. The good news is at Sanborn, your kids they're not a number. They're a person with aspirations and needs and wants and goals in life. And we work really hard to try to find a plan that'll work for them. If they can't take all of the electives that they want in one year, we try to help them map out the ways that they can do that over a period of time, or other ways that they can get electives, not just through a course. I don't know if there was anything you want to add to that, Heidi.
No, I will reiterate that if your child really wants to take a foreign language and really wants to take band, really wants to take art, we will do our best to try and help them figure all of that out. It's a 6-credit day, so we do have some limitations, but the good news is that it's not upperclassmen classes aren't filled first, and then we go down to freshmen at the end, and then they get filled last. It truly is done by the computer. The computer randomly selects students and puts them into the classes. So everybody's information gets entered all at the same time. And then I go through every student individually, their schedule, to see what did they choose, what holes might be in their schedule, and how can I help them to figure that out. So if there's something that they really, really want to do because they have a plan, and I had one of these students myself, my oldest, definitely not my youngest, but my oldest student had a plan and knew what his high school career was going to look like. And so every year he and I would go in and meet with the school counselor just to make sure that he got what he wanted based on where he was headed for college. I wish his younger brother had been a little bit more like that, but every kid is different. Any more questions, Mr. Stack?
There was a question about band participation. So I think I answered it in the chat though. Band is going to look a little different next year. So for those of you who have students already at Sanborn, band is a course that you take as one of your 8 credits in your schedule. Next year, you can take band as a credit, half credit or a whole credit, so it can be time in your schedule. We're also going to be running full band practices during the flex period. So kids who have a full schedule but also want to participate in band will certainly still have an opportunity to do that without it taking away from one of their other course slots.
Okay. And as of right now, we have 3 diploma for Sanborn. This is something that the school board is working on. And I'm sure many of you realize we just went from a 28 credit diploma to a 24 credit diploma. That's our standard diploma. We also have a 20 credit diploma, which is our minimum standards diploma, which needs some administrative approval. And that's usually reserved for students who transfer into our school district from a school district that has similar credit requirements. And then we will be offering a college and career diploma with distinction, but what makes it the distinction has not yet been determined by the school board. So we will have that information available to folks by the start of the school year, but there's still a committee that's working on that. All right, Ms. Mitchison.
All right, so this has been mentioned a few times tonight, FLT or focused learning time. So the way focused learning time works is there's a rotation. And so every 6 days, students will, or excuse me, every 3 days, students will rotate their FLT schedule and they'll be able to use advisory time to sign up for their focused learning time. And we use a program called Enriching Students, and students will go in and they'll sign up for where they want to spend their flexible learning time. And so that's what we mean by FLT. And it could be used for enrichment opportunities. For freshmen, any students who do take honors courses will have honors commitments during some of those times. As Mr. Stack mentioned, there are some band opportunities. So we really use that time to do all sorts of enriching activities, as well as some intervention activities as well for students, from SAT practice to other sorts of intervention, extra reading, math help, and all sorts of everything in between. All of our teachers are really great about providing some enriching opportunities for students. We also have advisory. So as I mentioned, advisory meets once every 3 days. And during the advisory time, students will sign up for their FLT time. And there's also a lot of team building activities that go on during advisory. The freshman team earlier this year did a spooky door mural decorating contest, which was a lot of fun. And in this earlier fall and then in the spring, they try to get outside and do some group activities and team bonding. Advisory might also be used for other sorts of non-academic type of lessons, some social and emotional learning opportunities as well. There are a lot of opportunities in athletics. So there is a list here, everything from soccer, track and field, cheerleading, softball, golf, bowling, bass fishing. And students are allowed to participate in swimming and wrestling programs with permission from our athletic director, Mr. Dawson. And there's a basketball game going on right now as we speak, which is where he is. But otherwise, you can always reach him if you have any inquiries about additional opportunities that are not listed here. And then there are also a lot of clubs and activities. So we have an aeronautics club. There's the after school fitness art club. There's a diversity club. We have a justice league here, which is an awesome opportunity for students to get involved in some restorative pieces with their peers. Life of a Student, the literary arts magazine, robotics. And the best part here is that if you do have an idea, so if you are thinking of a club that you've heard of before, or maybe at another school, and you are interested in starting something similar here, talk to any one of us and we can get you started with an opportunity to have a club run.
Excellent. So now we'll have some time to hear from our teachers. For special education, our teacher, she's brand new. She will start next week. But for students who have an IEP, they will have a PASS class, and that will be with their freshman case manager. It is one of the elective classes that students have in their schedule, and they do earn credit for that. So most of their specialized instruction happens during that PASS class. So if your student is a student with an IEP, you'll want to talk to their case manager. And when they are signing up for courses, if PASS is something that's one of their special services, then you will want to make sure that they sign up for PASS class. Freshman English teachers.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Ketterer, and I am one of the freshman English teachers here. So as we talked about before, freshman honors is offered during FLT time, which means our regular English composition classes are heterogeneously mixed. And in these classes, we work on extending and developing literacy skills, analyzing literature, writing, argumentative writing, personal narrative writing, literary analysis writing, research skills, and our oral communication skills. And this is done through a variety of critical thinking and creative thinking assignments, such as speeches and analysis writing. And students will make connections through their English class and understand that it applies to skills that transcend just English, and it connects to all aspects of their academics. So that's freshman English in a nutshell.
Thanks, Ms. Carteret. Next up, we have Ms. Rolzer for Global Studies.
Hi, I'm Ms. Rolser, and the 9th grade Global Studies curriculum focuses on the concept of change and its positive influence in the world today. So we start off with the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages, and we see how a rebirth of knowledge and reform shapes Europe and the Western world into the democratic values and liberties we cherish today. Some famous people that we'll be taking a closer look at in this 800-year time span that we're covering is Henry VIII, Queen Elizabeth, Leonardo da Vinci, William Shakespeare, Galileo, Martin Luther, Voltaire, Marie Antoinette, and Napoleon, to name a few. So the course, like I said, takes place over an 800-year time period. We start with the Middle Ages and we move all the way up to the Industrial Revolution and World War I. We use readings, primary sources, maps, movies, timelines, and graphs in our exploration of Europe during those 8 centuries.
She gets it all done.
I wish.
All right, science.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Devin Helmke. I'm one of the science teachers here. With science, you have 2 options for incoming freshmen. The first is physical science, which is a great option for any student. Physical science is essentially a half year of chemistry and a half year of physics fundamentals. If you are a student who might be interested in really taking advanced science courses their junior and senior year, you do have the option of taking biology as a freshman. All right, so this it's not a separate freshman class. It is you would be taking science with sophomores. And the benefit is basically that you have an extra slot one of your junior senior year in order to potentially take an extra advanced science class. In order to do this, there are a couple of requirements. Ms. Levitt did mention this earlier, that does require a recommendation from your 8th grade math teacher. And the reason why that is because if you do take biology as a freshman, you do need to take chemistry as a sophomore. And in order to be successful in chemistry, having certain math skills is really important. So if that is something that you are considering, you do want to sort of get that leg up and take biology your freshman year, please be sure to talk with your math teacher about that and make sure you're going to be okay heading down that path. You also do need to complete a summer assignment that covers a little bit of the work that you would miss not taking physical science. So that is another consideration if you might want to go down that path.
Thanks, Mr. Helmke. All right, math.
Hi, I'm Jillian Spiro. So there are 2 options for 9th graders. The first option is Algebra 1. It introduces students to variables, algebraic expressions, equations, inequalities, functions, and all their multiple representations. Then there's geometry. For that, you need to have a prerequisite of Algebra 1 or a teacher recommendation. Geometry is the branch of mathematics, mainly concerned with 2 or 3-dimensional figures and their properties. Unlike the other courses, math does not have honors until after Algebra 2. Algebra 2 does come after geometry, so you can't take honors until after Algebra 2.
Thanks, Ms. Spiro. All right, I'm going to share the screen here and pull up. We have a message from our wellness teachers, Mr. White and Miss Lang.
Heidi, that's not playing.
It's not.
No.
All right, that's unfortunate. Can you see the video and just not hear them?
No, we can only just see the slide.
Oh. I'm not sure how to get that then to work because that was something separate that they sent.
Yep, we can always include that when we push this out after the fact. We can make sure it's part of the slides that people will be able to watch later.
Okay. So just in summary of what they, the health class, as I said, is taken with just ninth graders. They talk about healthy relationships, nutrition, substance abuse, and other topics that may impact students' daily lives. And physical education is really focused on having the student be the best that they can be in their own physical fitness. Any last minute questions from the chat, Mr. Stack? You are muted.
Sorry, no, I don't think so. I think I've been able to get everything covered, Heidi, in the chat, the questions that have come up.
Okay. And anything final from the team that they would like to share? All right, so as you can see here, our goal is definitely to help you to have the best high school experience, have it be challenging and meaningful, have it be fun. We hope that it's fun. And we hope that our goal is to help you to achieve what happens after high school. It sounds weird, but we do start talking about after high school from the second you walk through the door, because we want to make sure that all of the opportunities that you want available to you after high school will be available to you based on the choices that you've made in high school. So if you have any questions about anything, this phone number on here is Miss Mitchison's phone number with her extension. You can certainly reach out to her. Your 8th grade school counselors, you can always reach myself or Mr. Stack here at the high school. We are open and willing to answer any questions that you may have. If your child is really anxious about coming up to high school, definitely let your middle school counselor know, and we can work with you and your student on how to help make that transition as smooth as it possibly can be. As I said, if you have friends who weren't able to join us tonight, this video will be available on the Sanborn YouTube channel, and it will be added probably tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have a link from the high school website to make sure that you can view that. So I think that's all we have for tonight. We hope to see everybody in person soon at a transition visit for the kids, and just reach out to us if you have any questions. We'll talk with you soon, folks. Have a good night.